So good evening, everyone. 大家晚上好。我们今天会继续来讨论，四种清净明慧。We will continue to discuss the four clear teachings on purity. 大家先合掌来三称释迦牟尼佛。So we'll say the Shurangama Sutra 3 times. Homage our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage our founding teacher, Shakyamuni Buddha. Homage to the Shurangama Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shurangama Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Homage to the Shurangama Assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. 无上甚深微妙法。百千万劫来遭遇，我今见闻受持，愿解如来真实义。Supreme wondrous Dharma, subtle and profound, really is encountered even in billions of years. And now I see it, hear it, accept and uphold it, and actually understand the Buddha's lecture meaning. Today is going to be our fourth lesson on this subject. 今天我们是第4堂课了。我们这个圆环保忏也过了一半。So this is we finished about half of the temporal repentance. 有多少人是全勤的 ？How many people have perfect attendance so far? Same, only same. Yeah, of course, the nonsense. So, 有的没有来参加的，还有 4 more days, so I have to work harder. 我们讲过那个4种清净明慧，就是这4个，对不对？ We are talk about the 4 clear teachings. These are the 4 of them. Renounce sexual desire, renounce killing, stealing, and false claims. 这个断淫杀盗妄5戒我们也都看过的，这个大家都很清楚。So these are the 5 precepts and the 8 precepts as well. 那我要稍微解释一下这个八关斋戒，就是 a quick note about the 8 precepts. You got all the 5 precepts plus 3 of them, right? Of course, the number 3 is different. Number 3 is sexual conduct, and 5 precepts is misconduct. 那八关斋戒当然就是5戒，再加上这3条戒。那其中的第3条戒，我们八关斋戒是戒淫，而不是邪淫。5戒是这样。我要谈的就是这个第7条戒。第7条戒，高盛床上坐，坐唱伎乐，故往观听。这个其实是2件事情。So I want to just briefly mention about the number 7. It's sitting on luxurious bed. Which is using luxurious bed and entertainment. These are 2 different things. Entertainment is talking about singing, dancing, those things. So, as a matter of fact, this precept can be divided into 2 separate precepts. So, in essence, there are actually 9 precepts here. However, usually it's combined together, become 8 precepts. 所以这条戒其实是实质上是可以分成2条戒的。如果分成2条的话，这个其实是9条戒。你可以解释是它8关，这是8条戒，再加上一个斋戒。这个斋戒就是指的这个最后一条，不过中士。所以其实你可以解释这个是9条戒，那一般人会把它当作是8条戒。The name of those precepts, this literally says 8 closings, and this Zai usually we interprets vegetarian. Actually, it means fasting. So it's 8 precepts plus fasting. The last precept actually is talking about the fasting. So you can interpret that actually with 8 precepts plus fasting. So it's 9 precepts as well. But most people just interpret that as 8 precepts. 那为什么要讲这个？因为我们讲到这个沙弥世界，对，沙弥世界和八关斋戒看起来是差2条戒，其实是差1条戒。So the reason why I mention that is because the numbers 10 precepts, this is 10 precepts, but 8 precepts we consider as only 8. So you see the difference are 2 precepts, right? As a matter of fact, there's only one precept difference. The numbers 10 precepts, there's only 1 actual precept on top of the 8 precepts. 那这个沙弥的世界其实是比八关斋戒多了1条戒，不是多2条。你光从这个名字上看起来好像多2条，其实是只多1条。因为沙弥世界里头是把八关斋戒那第7条戒分成2条戒，所以这是八关斋戒是9条戒，那9条戒再加1条就变成10条。Okay? So for the numbers 10 precepts, you divide the number 7 precept we talked about earlier, this precept into 2. That's why it's considered like 9 precepts, right? Then you plus another one, then become 10 precepts. So the only difference between the 8 precepts and the numbers 10 precepts is only one precept. 所以这个八关斋戒和沙弥世界只差1条戒。有没有人知道是差哪1条戒 ？Anyone know what precepts is actual in the numbers precepts? You don't handle money. No, not supposed to handle money. 那个银钱戒，就是说不能够，严格讲起来是不能够碰钱的。那当然你不能够自己有钱这样子。And strictly speaking, actually, you're not supposed to touch money, not to mention owning money. The Theravada monks, like the Bulgarian monastery, very close to CTTB, there's a Thai forest tradition. They follow precept very purely, very clearly. 那在南传的，尤其是像那个无畏寺，这个是在温磨城北边，差不多半个小时路的那个南传的泰国的人的那个寺庙，很多都是西方人，他们这个银钱戒就持得非常清净。我们北传没有那么清净 ，OK， 南传他们尤其这个寺庙持得非常清净。他们出去托钵的时候，有小孩子要拿钱给他们，他们不收的。I remember that once I go to Amazon with them, and there was a little girl who wanted to offer money to these monks. They didn't accept it. They told the girl, "You go to the store to buy things, they'll accept that." But not money. 那所以就是要跟大家讲的说，这个出家人是我们北传是没有持的那么清净，但是原则上我们希望不要碰钱 ，OK， 不要碰钱。那我要讲这个是让大家了解一下，我们是有这一条戒在，所以就是少给钱给我们。So just want to let you know that this is our precept. Okay, even though we are not that pure on this precept, but try not to give us money. Okay, that's what I want to say about that. Okay, of course, some of the monastics they handle money because their duty. You know, in the monastery they have this job they have to handle money, right? But other people, if we don't have the duty, responsibility, then we try to keep far away from money. 那当然，有些出家人他们因为是执事嘛，他们 在寺庙里头的工作是要管理钱财方面的话，他们这样会捧钱。但是其他人没有这个责任的时候，我们就尽量就少捧钱这样子。So that's just something like to talk about that. 那接下来我们就把这个经文把它念过一次。Then we'll recite these sutras all together as a way to review what we learned so far. 安南整衣服于大众中合掌顶礼，先机圆明，悲心交集，寓意未来诸众生故，起手白佛，大悲世尊。我今以悟成佛法门，始终修行，得无疑惑。Ananda straightened his robes, and in the midst of the assembly placed his palms together and bowed. At once, joyful and sorrowful, he now understood perfectly the path his mind has taken. Wishing to benefit the beings of the future, he bowed his head and said respectfully, greatly compassionate, World Honored One. Now I understand this Dharma for becoming a Buddha. I can practice this method unhindered by the slightest doubt. 常闻如来说如是言，是为得度先度人者，菩萨发心。自解语言能觉他者，如来应是。I have often heard the Wisdom One say that bodhisattvas resolve to help others make the crossing before completing the crossing themselves. While the Buddhas, having already completed the crossing, act in the world by guiding others to enlightenment. 我虽未度，愿度我解一切众生。I myself have not completed the crossing, but I vow to bring across all beings who live in the future in the time of Dharma standing. 世尊，此诸众生去佛见缘，学师说法若恒河沙，欲摄其心入三摩地，因何令其安立道场，远诸魔事于菩提心得无退虚。World Honored One, the beings of that time will have become more and more distant from the Buddha. As many false teachers as there are saint-grants in river ages will pretend to teach the Dharma. Should any beings of that time wish to guard and focus their minds so that they can enter Samadhi, how may I guide them towards establishing a place for awakening when their practice will be secured against demonic disturbances, and where they will not retreat from their resolve to become enlightened. 尔时世尊于大众中称赞阿难，善哉善哉，如所问，南离道场，救护众生，末界成立，我今谛听，当为汝说。The World Honored One is Ananda before the great assembly, saying, excellent, excellent. You have asked how a place for awakening may be established in order to rescue and protect beings who are sinking and drowning during the time of Dharma standing. Listen carefully, and I will tell you. 大阿难大众为来奉教 ，Ananda and all the others in the assembly replied that they would respectfully accept and follow the instructions. 我告阿难，汝常闻我必南言中宣说修行三决定义。所谓摄心为戒，因戒生定，因听法会。是者名为三无漏学。The Buddha said to Ananda, when I have explained the Vinaya, you have often heard me speak of the three essential elements of spiritual practice: precepts which require us to guard and focus the mind, samadhi which arises from following precepts, and wisdom which appears out of samadhi. These are the three practices that can outflow. 阿难，云何摄心我名为戒？若诸世界六道众生其心不隐，则不随其生死相续。Ananda, why do I say that to follow the precepts is to guard and focus the mind? In all words, beings in the six destinies, whose mind are free of sexual desire will not be bound by an unending cycle of death and rebirth. 五修三昧本出尘劳，明心不出，无尘不可出。No matter how much you may practice in order to transcend the trace of entanglement with perceived objects, you'll never transcend that trace until you have freed yourself from sexual desire. 这边大家请放上，这里有3。这边是上人的开示 ，This is the master's instruction。他说这个最愚痴的人呢，又要有愚痴，又想要开悟，这种思想是最愚痴的。这种人是不可教化，即使释迦牟尼佛出世，也没办法度这些人。So the master said that there are people who want to hold on sexual desire on one hand and expect to become enlightened on the other. This is most stupid, and these are most impossible to teach. Even Shakyamuni Buddha were in the world, he won't be able to teach people like this. In other words, you have to renounce sexual desire before you can become enlightened. 就是说，你一定要除掉淫欲心，否则的话没有办法有开悟。我们继续念下去 ，will continue to read the text 。纵有多智，禅定现前，若不断言，必落魔道。上品魔王，中品魔民，下品魔女。Even very intelligent people who can enter samadhi while practicing meditation in stillness will be certain to fall into the realm of demons upon their rebirth if they have not renounced sexual activity. The best among them will become kings among demons. Those at the intermediate levels will be members of demon force. Female demons will be at the lowest level. 如等诸魔亦有徒众，各个自谓成上道。These demons will attract groups of disciples and will tell them that they have realized this last enlightenment. 这个无上道就是指的成佛了。And last enlightenment means to become Buddha. 继续念，天年我灭度后，末法之中，多使魔民炽盛世间，广行贪淫为善之事，令诸众生若爱见肯施菩提路。After my nirvana, in the time of the Dharma ascending, many such demonic forces will spread like wildfire across the world, and will openly parade their lustfulness while pretending to be good and wise teachers. These demons will cause beings to fall into the pit of sexual desire and wrong views concerning desire, and they will stray off the road to perfect enlightenment. Let's go back. 这边就在讲说，你如果即使你很聪明，那你有修入的禅定，但是你不断言的话，到后来是你往生以后一定会落到魔道去。Okay. So this is talking about that even if you are very intelligent and you can enter samadhi, however you don't renounce sexual desire, then at the end you'll become demons. And these demons usually have lots of followers, and they say everyone in their group have become Buddhas already. 那这些魔呢，他们有很多的徒众，那所有的人他们都说是已经都成佛了。那这边就继续讲说，在佛陀灭度以后，尤其在像我们这末法的时候，这些魔到处都是，广行贪淫，他们也是就是推广这个淫欲自称是善知识，结果呢，就让众生呢落到爱见坑去，失去菩提路，失去了 成佛的那个路是迷失的方向。So this is the Buddha said after his Dharma, and in time of Dharma's ending, usually called Dharma ending age, like we are at that time. And many these demons will be around the world, and they openly parade the last ones and cause beings to fall into the pit of sexual desire and wrong views. And they will stray off the road to perfect enlightenment, to become Buddha. 继续念 continue 汝教世人修三摩地，先断其名，是名如来先佛世尊第一清净。Therefore, when you teach people to practice samadhi, first teach them to rid their minds of sensual desire. That is the first of the four clear and definitive instructions on purity that have been given by this one and by all the Buddhas of the past or onwards. 就讲到那个，这个讲的就是第一个清净明慧，一定要先断名利心。那这个清净明慧是不光是释迦牟尼佛，而且从前的所有的佛都是讲的这个清净明慧。So this is the first clear and definite instructions by Shakyamuni Buddha, also by other Buddhas in the past. Okay, and then you have to rid yourself of the sexual desire. 那上面讲的这个有魔跟佛的菩萨的差别，就是有淫欲心，没有淫欲心。So the difference between demons and bodhisattvas are whether they have the sexual desire. 那讲到决定清净明慧，讲的这个决定的意思就是说一点弹性都没有，不能够改的。So the definitive instruction means that there's no room to change it, no flexibility. This is what it is, and no one can change it. Continue the text. 若不断言修禅定者，如真砂石，欲其成幡。One who practices entering samadhi while practicing meditation in stillness without renouncing sexual activities, like one who cooks sand in the hope that it will turn into rice. 经百千劫，此名热砂，何以故？此非梵本，砂石成故。100,000 years might pass, and it would still be nothing but hot sand. Since it wasn't rice to begin with, it was merely sand. 这个是佛陀给的一个譬喻，就是你不断言，然后要修禅定，像什么？像你煮沙一样，去蒸沙要盛饭。So this is an analogy that the Buddha gave, talking about people who practice meditation and without renouncing sexual desire. They'll be like cooking sand and hoping to get the rice. 你煮的，不管你煮多久，这个沙它只是变成热，对不对？变成热的沙。为什么？它不会成饭，因为它本来就不是米的嘛，对不对？它不是米，所以它原来就是沙，所以不可能成饭。So no matter how long you cook it, you won't get the rice, right? Because it was not the rice to start with, it's sand. That's right. And so this is the analogy. Means that it's impossible. It's impossible to get rice out of sand. And so similarly, it's impossible to enter samadhi, to become Buddha without renouncing sexual desire. 那你煮沙不能成饭，你不断言要修禅定成佛的话，那也是不可能，就是这个意思。 这边都是我们昨天已经谈过了，所以我就比较快的看过去。We discussed this yesterday. That's why I just went through this quickly. It's just a way to review. 这边是上人的开始，就是讲说你要真正的没有隐喻性。怎么样会没有隐喻性呢？就是你眼睛看到东西，眼观行识内无有。你看到东西，但是你心里头没有；耳听尘世心不知，你耳朵听到什么声音，你心里头不晓得。那这样子的话，才是真的有点惑的，那是惑的。So this is a verse the master explained what is really that without sexual desire. Your eyes see things, however, inside there's nothing. Means in your mind there's nothing, and you hear sounds outside, but the mind doesn't know. So no matter how pleasing the sound may be, and your mind is unaware of it, then you got some skill. That's so can you really sort of cut off from the external state, and just 把和外界怎么就是切掉关系一样这样子的话，就是你不随着外境而转。So you are not moved by the states, the outside, the environment, and that means that you are sort of in samadhi. You are very focused. You are not influenced by the environment. 是你等于是已经入了定，你不受外界的影响，你不会被外境所动。这是我们昨天谈到这边。Yesterday we stopped here. 是继续上人的开始。上面讲说你这心里头的不动念，根本都没有引念引心的时候，那才是真的。So the master said that you have no thoughts arise in your mind, and your mind does not move, then there's no trace of us in your heart, then that's genuine. If you still know what women are like, then you actually didn't pass the test. 那你如果还知道男人或女人是什么样的话，就考不住。Let's continue to read this text. 继续念。如以云深求国妙国，终得妙物，皆是一根。根本成云，轮转山头，必不能出。In seeking the wondrous enlightenment of the Buddha, while you still have sexual desire, you may gain some understanding of that wondrous enlightenment, but that understanding will be rooted in sexual desire. If the basis of your understanding is sexual desire, you will continually be reborn among the three lowly destinies, bound to the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. There's no hope of escape. 这边就是讲的说，你如果还有隐喻心，然后你去修行，想要成佛，你即使会得到会开悟，而且是个妙悟，但是这个是因根，是你根本就是有隐喻心在的，所以还会怎么样？还会是轮转三途，三途就是三恶道、恶鬼、畜生和地狱道，必不能出。So this text is the Buddha said that if you are still have sexual desire and you try to cultivate it and try to want to become a Buddha, you may gain some enlightenment. Okay? It's called wondrous enlightenment. But that understanding itself is rooted in sexual desire. And eventually, you'll be still reborn in the three lowly destinies. The three lowly destinies are talking about the animals, ghosts, and hell beings. Okay? And you'll still be in the cycle of death and rebirth in the samsara, and no hope to escape. 就是说，你即使你有余欲行，然后你去修行，也许你还会有一些成就，但是到后来还是没有办法脱出轮回，你甚至还会落到三恶道去，还不能够成人啊，不能够再当人，不能够甚至到天上去。So this is talking about that you may have some achievement in your cultivation without renouncing sexual desire. However, eventually you will still be in the samsara. Not only that, you will fall into the three lowly destinies. And other times it says three evil destinies. Lowly is probably a better translation. So that's essentially you fall into the three lowly destinies. You can't even become reborn as a human, not to mention devas. 继续念 continue next. 如来涅槃何如修正？必使淫机身心俱断，断性命于佛不离斯可希冀。Then how will you find your way to practice and realization of the less karmas, the mana? You must purge yourself of the most subtle sexual desire, both physical and mental, to the point that you have purged even the act of purging. Then there will be hope that you may realize the full awakening of the Buddhas. 就是前面接下来讲的，你还有淫欲性的话，你不可能出三界，三头都不行。如来涅槃何如修正的，那更不用说想要修到如来的境界，入涅槃。那要怎么样呢？才有希望？必使淫机身心俱断，就是你的身和心的淫欲的念头都要断。即使那个断的那个念都要没有，那于佛菩提斯可希冀，这佛的觉悟就是成佛了，才有希望。So this is a continuation from the previous slides. It's when you didn't renounce sexual desire and you cultivate, and you fall into the three lowly destinies. And the Buddha continues to say that there's no way you can realize the Buddha's the mana, become Buddha. Okay? And how can you realize the mana, become a Buddha? You have to purge yourself the most subtle promise of sexual desire, both physically and mentally. Hence, you cannot have a trace of sexual desire because your mind and the body. And only then you have the hope to realize full awakening of Buddha is become Buddha. 这个是上面的解释的这个必使淫机身心俱断，断性业无。So this is the master interpretation of this text here. We read it just now. 他讲的这个淫机的机，指的是非常非常微细的那一面。那上文句讲的淫机呢，其实就是指的无明。So the Chinese has this character, and the master interpret that means the tiny subtle thing. And this translates to promptings. fountains. Okay, so there's more subtle fountains, sexual desire. And you must sort of get rid of that. And the Master continues to say that actually is ignorance. Okay, in other words, you have to purge, dispel ignorance before you can become a Buddha. 就是说，你这个淫机就是无明，那你淫机都要断的话，是表示必须要去掉无明，然后才有可能成佛。继续讲的是断的心也要没有，这个淫机生的淫机，新的淫机的断，是断的心也没有。So you have to not only dispel, rid of the ignorance, both physically and mentally. You have to get rid of even the aspect of cutting it off. Okay, and you cannot even be aware of having cut it off. 只有这样子的话，才在我的这个觉道上，就成佛的路上才希望。Only then you will have hope to become a Buddha. 最后这个猜的是 last line. 如我此说名为佛说，不如此说即佛学说。What I have said is what Buddhas teach. Mara, the evil one, teaches otherwise. 这边就讲说，这个佛人讲说，像我刚刚讲的这个解释呢，这就是佛的说，佛的教法。那不照这个讲的话，那是佛学，佛学就是魔王的佛学。So the Buddha said that what I said is what all the Buddhas teach. Okay, Mara was the demon king, teaches otherwise. So this is the end of the first clear teachings. First clear teaching. 那这就是那个第一条的那个清净明慧到这边为止。那接下来其他三条其实很类似的 ，and the other three teachings are very similar. In the same format, just substitute different things. Substitute stealing, killing to sexual desire. 那它的形式都是非常类似的，可以等于是把它套进去，把这个淫欲换成杀，换成道，妄语就是这样子。那在继续谈下去之前，昨天有问题问到说怎么样去断淫的问题。And before we move on to talking about stealing, yesterday was a question about how to get rid of, remove dispel the sexual desire. I want to add something here to some discussion about that subject. 那这边我就再加一点讨论。要把淫心给除掉，那是非常非常困难的问题。至少我们在身方面可以先做到。So you want to rid yourself the sexual desire from your mind. That's very, very difficult. And the first clear teaching requires that. But before we can do that, at least we can keep our body and pure without commit any sexual activity or sexual misconduct. Depends on whether you are monastic or laity. 我这边要提出来的，就是在42章典里头的有3章。So I like to bring this 3 sections from Sutra in 42 sections and sort of to expand about this subject. 那42章经，我想很多人很熟的。这部经在历史上是很重要，因为它是第一部传到中国的佛经。Sutra in 42 sections is a very important sutra, Chinese sutra. It's the first sutra came to China, and so historically this is very, very important. And the teaching itself is that the Buddha was teaching the bhikkhus, so the subject is very clearly is geared to the monastic 那42章经是佛陀当初在教导他的弟子、比丘弟子、所以很多的题材就是关于出家人的，但是也可以拿来很多也是值得在家人来做接近。Even though this teaching is geared for the monastic, but there are many things that the laity can also learn from them. 那首先要讲的就是这个是第30章。这个题目叫做欲火远离 ，so this is section 30, the sutra in 42 sections. The topic is called "Stay far away from the fire of desire." And you can read the sutra text together. 我们把这个经文可以大家选，都很短 ，these are very short. 佛言：夫为道者，如披甘草，草来须避。道人见欲，必当忍之。The Buddha said, people who cultivate the way are like those covered with dry grass. It's essential to keep themselves away from an incoming fire. People who cultivate the way look upon desire as something they must stay far away from. And that's the end of the section. 这一章就是这么短，几个字而已。讲什么为道者，就是修道的人，就这个譬喻，像披着干草一样，你身上披着草，那你看到火呢，你是不是要离开了？是不是？你不离开火的话，就烧起来了。So this is an analogy Buddha get for cultivators on the way. Like cover themselves with dry grass. You think about it, you cover yourself with dry grass. And when you see fires coming, you have to stay away from the fire. Of course, you want to stay away, right? And 那这边就讲说，你修道的人看到欲，这个讲主要讲的就是心欲方面的。见到这个欲的话，一定要离开它，因为欲就是欲火，就像火一样，就像你要离开。披着干草要离开火，避开火一样。那我们修行人见到那欲望的时候，那就要远离那个欲的人。So cultivators on the way, they look upon desire as something they must stay far away. Because the desire, let's talking about sexual desire, it's like fire. And you will stay away from fire, right? And when you cover yourself with dry grass, and the sexual desire is like fire, and so you have to keep yourself far away from sexual desire when you cultivate the way. 这就是第一个方法，就是所谓的修的远离根。So this is one method to prevent yourself running into trouble. It's when you separate, you don't put yourself in a position that's so close to sexual desire. 那这就是第一个方法，是修个远离的恨，不要把自己搞成在一个环境里头，很容易就和欲望非常靠近。那这样子会就常常会惹火上身，怕这个问题。That's the reason actually in the monasteries, especially like the CTDB, the men and women are separated very clearly. It's because of this method. Want to avoid people have the easy access to sexual desire. 那在道场里头，男女众分得很开，问题主要就是这样子。是这目的要把男女众给分开来，就是特别是像万国城我们大道场，男众和女众分开的非常清楚，就是让两个异性之间不要有机会很容易的这样的接近，就是在修远离恨，所以这是第一个方法。So this is the first method to avoid running into trouble. 这个下一章是比较长一点，我们 This is section 26. This is a bit longer. 这个讲的是天魔扰佛，就是天魔来扰断佛。This is talking about demon trying to disturb the Buddha. When the Buddha was sitting underneath the Bodhi tree, 就记得佛陀在没有开悟之前，他是坐在菩提树下，对不对？他发誓说，他要不成佛的话，他不开悟的话，他不起身。这个就是发生在他在菩提树下修行的时候。So this is a story when Buddha was sitting underneath the Bodhi tree. Let's read this together. 一起来念经文。天神现玉女于佛，欲坏佛意。佛言：格囊中会，而来何为？去我不用。The heaven spirit offered beautiful maidens to the Buddha, hoping to destroy his resolve. The Buddha said, "What have you skin bags for of fails? Come here for. Go away. I have got no use for you." The continue here. 继续。天神欲尽，应问道义，佛为解说，即得须陀洹果。Then the heaven spirit became very respectful and asked about the principle of the way. The Buddha explained it for him, and he immediately attained the creation of Svatapana. This is the first stage of 须陀洹是出国阿罗汉。这个故事，我想大家都听过。Many people, I think, have heard the story. 这边经文讲到天神现玉女于佛，天神，讲过这部经是第一部传到中国的经，所以也是第一部翻译成中文。所以那时候用的字眼和我们现在习惯的名词会有差别。所以你在读这部经的时候，你要留意到这一点。像这边他讲天神，我们现在叫什么天魔？对，这是其实是天魔，就是天魔现玉女，是魔女呢，很漂亮的魔女，他给佛坐在菩提树下打坐，那就派了这个魔女要来引诱佛，要坏佛意，要破坏佛修行的那个的意志。So this heaven spirits, this is talking about demon, heaven's demon, celestial demon, just like the title says. Since this is the first sutra came to China, so the translation was older than what we used to now, and this called heaven spirits actually is talking about the celestial demon. So the demon king sent beautiful demon girls to the Buddha, hoping to destroy his resolve or cultivation. 这个故事之前，天魔他是先派的魔君要来扰乱的佛，结果佛不为所动，他这个硬的没有办法，他用软的。So before the demon king sent the demon woman here, he actually sent his army, try to threaten the Buddha. However, the army were defeated by the Buddha. So now the demon king sent this beautiful woman, try to seduce the Buddha. 那佛怎么说？他说格囊中会，格就是皮嘛，对不对？我们说什么臭皮囊，就是这个，那是中会里头都是污浊的东西。我们现在叫臭皮囊，这叫格囊中会。So the Buddha said that the skin bags full of filth, as describing these women, they are merely a bag of skin, right? We are all covered with skin. And what's inside are all the filthy stuff. So they say that so you girls, you women are simply skin bags full of filth. Why are you coming here for? I have no use for you. So he sent his women to 就是讲的这个格囊中会，就是指的这些 魔女呢是臭皮囊，那你们来做什么？我不用，你们走开，是这样子，是这样。那我们这个天魔看到了，他当然在旁边看啊，看到了，看到这个佛陀居然不为这些魔女所引诱，所以他对佛非常的尊敬，越来越恭敬。他反而来请问佛说怎么修行的？佛陀就替他解释修行的方法，他马上就证到出果阿罗汉，这么快。So the heaven, this is talking about the demon king, of course, was observing that, and he became very respectful to the Buddha, and he even came to ask the Buddha how to cultivate way. The Buddha explained that to him, and he immediately realized the first stage very quickly. 那这边讲的就是说，这个我们说这个天魔就是大坏蛋，对不对？这个坏人他也可以证到果，证果，而且证的这么快，比我们都还快，真的。So usually we think that the demons are actually a very evil being, and yet you see that they also can cultivate, and they can realize become arhat, and we haven't become a arhat yet. 所以说就是我们也不能够小看这些天魔，对不对？天魔他们修行比我们都来得久很多。So don't slight these demons. They have the potential to become Buddha. They become Buddha probably before us. 这边这一章主要讲的就是说，这个我们一般讲的不净观。This is sort of contemplation of impurity. You look at a beautiful person, and no matter how beautiful, how handsome it is, actually the inside is all the excrement, urine, things like this, right? If you look upon that, then you won't be so still attracted. 这边就是上面讲的这个格朗中会里头装的是什么？都是大小便利啊，so this is the Dharma's interpretation for the skin bag fulfills. What's inside the skin are all the excrement, urine. Okay? 这个上人的开示在讲的，但是另外一个他说这个佛陀一个观想的方法，他是把这些女人年轻的魔女呢观成老年人、老太婆。So this is another way that the Buddha contemplate this beautiful woman. He contemplated they became old lady. Their faces for the wrinkles, everything. Okay. So this is another way you contemplate and become old. Even though right now these women, demonic women are very young. But the Buddha contemplated the old lady. And indeed, actually, they became old lady after the Buddha, once the Buddha contemplated their way. 虽然这些是年轻的魔女，但是佛陀他观他们是个老年人、老太婆。那确实是这样子，这些魔女就马上变成老太婆，他彼此看到了觉得很难为情，就跑掉了。这是Father Buddha said. The Venerable said that these different women, they look at each other, from everyone become an old lady, so they feel very embarrassed. They run away. That's another way to contemplate. If you are all in love, you will know this beautiful girl. Okay? 这个是在如果年纪够大的话，该会认得这个事情。是80年代的一个很出名的一个模特儿。This is in the 80s, the beautiful face, and this was about 30 years later. 这个大概是在30年以后的。那在30年呢，就会变成这样子。This is not real picture, okay? Just painting. 对，是不是这是旁边拿到做第一的时候看来的？这不是他真正的照片，他还没有那么老，我是把它推算成将来是这样子。所以，这个就是另外一个你要避免这个抑郁的方法，就是所谓的不净观。那当然另外有不净观是观这个身体，人死了以后，那个身体腐化的那个过程。There's another way for this contemplation impurity is you contemplate corpse. You know, the corpse will decay, rotten, and it's very smelly and really not good looking at all. Okay, almost like disgusting. 那这个你如果观这个事实的话，人死了，动物死了以后，那个尸体会变臭、变坏了、变脏等等。那个你说有个9个步骤，那个观起来是确实不会再喜欢。So that's the way actually you contemplate the corpse and your sort of feel that's disgusting and you won't attach to the body at all. 那前面这边就是所谓不净观，最后这一章我要讲的是另外一个观。This is section 29 is another way of contemplation. I think this is more positive. 这个是比较正向的观法。所以他讲说正观敌色，这个敌是指的异性敌色。So this is called the right contemplation. Okay, so 我们来读读这个经文。Let's read the text. 佛言：圣物是女色，一莫共言语。若于愚者真心思念，我为沙门，处于浊世，当如莲花，为迷雾。The Buddha is saying, be careful not to look at women and do not talk with them. If you must speak with them, be properly mindful and think of a shaman living in a turbid world and should be like the lotus flower, which is not stained by the mud. 前面我讲过，这部经是佛陀在教导比丘的，所以他讲的是女色，对不对？ And I remind you that this sutra, the Buddha was teaching to the bishops. That's why it's talking about women. Okay, and if you are women, you can change this to 蓝色. If you are women, you change this to men. So, 我们继续念下去 and continue. 想其老者如母，长者如姐，少者如妹，智者如子。 深度脱心，熄灭恶念。Think of elderly women as your mother, of those who are older than you as your elder sisters, of those who are younger as your younger sisters, and of very young girls as your daughters. Bring forth thoughts to rescue them and put an end to unwholesome thoughts. Let's go back to the previous slide. 这边佛陀就讲说，他对比丘讲说，不要看女人，那更不要跟他们说话。OK， 那你如果需要跟他们说话的时候，要怎么样？正心思念，你要端正你的心，怎么观？想到说我是出家人了，处于这个五浊恶世，应该像什么？像莲花一样为你，莲花出淤泥而不染。对。 不要被温泥所染，意思就是说，你不要被外境所染，你要像莲花一样，因为你这是五浊恶世，有很多污浊的东西，不清净的东西。但是我们生在这个世界里头，我们要保持清净。So this is Buddha teaching to the bishops. Be careful not to look at women or the opposite sex. Do not talk to them. Okay. You must talk to them, you have to be mindful and think this way. Okay? So I'm a monastic living in this third world, and I should invite the lotus flower, which is not stand by the mouth. And then you all know that the lotus flower grow in the mouth, but they are not stand by the mouth. And and monasteries should be like that as well. This world is impure, and we live in this world, and we should keep ourselves pure like a lotus flower. So this is the first contemplation. 所以这个是第一关，是要保持清净。前面这个当然是这个远离观，这个远离恨。The first part is you practice staying far away from desire, from fire. 那你如果不能够必须和对方谈话的时候，你就要这样子观，就是观想自己，避免自己会变成不清净。Then if you have to talk to the women or the opposite sex, you have to constantly keep your mind, keep the right mindfulness. Okay, don't become impure. 然后接下来就是另外的下一个观法。观呢，老者容。如果对方是个年纪大的人，就把观是像你的母亲。那年纪比你大一点的，那当作是你的姐姐；比你年轻一点的，当作是妹妹；那年纪很小的呢，像你的女儿一样。So this is the next contemplation. You contemplate the elderly women as your mother. If you talk to an elderly women, you think she is your mother, and those who are older than you as your elder sister, those who are younger as your younger sister, and if that is a very young girls, and then you think they are your daughters. Okay, so these are another contemplation. 最后这8字文觉得很重要，深度脱心。你要另外怎么想？你想要度他们，你现在和他们讲话，对不对？你把他们观成你的亲人，这样子还不够，你还要生什么心？你要想，你要度他们。你要度他们的话，你要帮助他们，对不对？你不可能对他们起恶念，所以你生出这个想要度对方的心的时候，你如果有恶念的话，你的恶念会熄灭掉。So the next, I think is the most important is you need to you want to have the thoughts to rescue them. Now you think they are your close relatives. Now you want to save them. Okay. Once you have the thought to rescue them, then you won't have any unwholesome thoughts about them. Right? So this is I think it's very useful method of contemplation. If you can keep this in mind, you want to help people, then you won't harm them, right? You want to help them, not to harm them. 所以你如果一直保持这个要帮助人家的心的话，你自然那个恶念就不会起来，有的恶念就会很快的熄灭掉。所以这个方法是，我觉得这个我摆在最后面，我觉得这个方法是最正向的。I think this is the most positive way of contemplation. 那个和那个不净观比起来，这个是很正面的。不净观那个是等于是要把它想成非常不好的东西。这个是一个你是要去帮助人，像菩萨一样，你帮助人是像菩萨发心。 So this is I think this section, this method is really, I think it's very helpful. Okay. So that's for the discussion about sexual desire. 那这个隐喻就到这边为止。我想我们在这边可以停下来，看看大家有没有问题，有没有意见、想法要和大家分享。So we'll pause here, and or if you have questions, comments, then you can bring it up now. 念一念吧。你念了再说。
我现在呢，给他看的这个都是心理业障，而且我现在不想去。
你可以把它翻译成英文吗
So I had some challenge from injured in the social obstacles as well. So I retrieved my resolve. And I told you I want to renounce my princess, without princess. Now I regret how I repent this retreat resolve obstacle.
那舍得戒了没有？现在你舍得戒了没有？他本来说是要舍戒，还没有舍戒。问题是怎么样忏悔这个退失菩提心呢？那就忏悔了，怎么忏悔？要把菩提心再捡起来了，再重发菩提心。这菩提心不是只发一次的，忏悔里头也讲到要硕化。Talking about the both resolve and bodhi, you don't just do it once. You have to keep doing that. In the repentance, actually, it says very clear. You have to reinforce your body resolve from time to time, and keep remind yourself about that. 就是要把自己不要忘掉的，就是这样子。那你如果忘掉的话，现在捡起来啊。舍就全部舍了。舍戒其实对一个人，任何一个人都可以，他只要懂得你的语言的话就可以，不需要对出家人，很简单，舍戒很简单。So renouncing precepts is very easy. Okay, I'm not encouraging you to do that. It's too easy. You just talk to someone who understands you. Say, I'm going to renounce precept, and that's it. Only once, okay? Not even twice or 3 times, just once. One sentence will do. But this is the last resort. Don't do it all the time, okay? So, 那个是说你知道没办法避免要犯重罪的时候，那你就舍戒。这样子的话，你才不会犯重。 你不犯重的话，你可以再回来重修。你一犯重罪的时候，你没有办法回来重修，很困难再回来重修。Why you want to renounce precept? It's only when in the situation that you cannot avoid breaking the major precept, you commit heavy offense. You know you are going to commit heavy offense. So you renounce your precept. Once you renounce your precept, you don't have precept to break, right? So you won't commit heavy offense. And afterwards, you can come back to retake precept. But if you don't renounce your precept and you commit heavy offense, then you can't come back to retake precepts. And it will be very difficult to repent that heavy offense. Okay, so that's why you want to renounce precept. Only that's the last line defense. Okay, so don't use it casually. Yeah. 有其他问题吗？
老师，我是第一拜忏以后做梦看到佛放光，这是消了宿世的罪业，还是消了今生的罪业？佛放光是什么意思？第二个是关于这个断疑如何用白法明门论或者具体的论来解构这个疑心。
我不懂啊，没有办法解释。找个简单的问题回答。It's too difficult.
This brother had a question. So when during repentance period and then drink of the mind from the Buddha, and is the sign that we have eradicated the coming offenses, and what's the meaning of the Buddha life? And should I ask this question? And then the other question about if you because I mentioned about how we cut off the sexual desire and how we can use the shastra to shastra mentioned here, the meaning and in the English, the two shastra to help us to eradicate the sexual desire. And that must explain all this to us.
Jin, so you want to answer the question? Don't worry about it. 他这边有一个问题说，在家人如何才能如法自受八关斋戒？你自己不能够自受八关斋戒啊。那个是说，你如果受了菩萨戒以后，1个月有6天要持八关斋戒，那个是在家里头自己受，是有那种情形。So the question here is talking about how can a lay person receive the 8 precept by themselves. Okay, nobody transmit the 8 precept to them. They receive the precept. I don't think there's a way you can do that. It's what you do is when after you receive the Bodhisattva precepts, you have to uphold the 8 precepts 6 days a month. And those 6 days you have to sort of take the 8 precepts by yourself at home. And only in situation like that you can do that. And not if you haven't received the 8 precepts, they put something that you can't do that. 受的戒没有得到戒体，是不是比不去受的好呢？你怎么知道你去受戒不会得到戒体呢？你去受戒当然希望得到戒体了，对不对？ This is a question that if you don't receive the precept substance or essence of precept, when you go to take the precept, and is it better not to go to receive the precept? But you go to receive precept, of course you hope you can get the precept, the essence of precept, right? And you have to try your best to do that. If you know you are not going to receive the precept essence, then why you want to go to receive the precept?
老师，我有一个问题，就是去年我在这个健康辅导上住了10多天，我打算这里住了10多天，然后我想受他们在对他们热人的果手，所以我就自己对着那个把那个已经的在佛像旁边念了一遍，这样子就照你刚才那样说是没有得到戒。
我想是没有的。
好，谢谢。
那没有关系啊，反正你就照着那个去做就是了嘛，对不对？对你也有好处啊。我想不用翻译了，这不用翻译了。我就谈一谈那个今天拜忏的忏文，有一段我想拿出来跟大家讨论一下。Yeah, a few minutes I want to share with you the section of the repentance text today. I think it's very important. I don't have the English translation here, but I've translated verbally. 这个是在应该是第五卷啊，解冤释结第9。这边这个是那个忏文，我们大家一起来念。Let's read this in Chinese. 六亲一切眷属，皆是我等3世怨根，一切怨对，皆从亲起。若无有亲，亦无有怨。若能离亲，即能离怨。OK， 这是第一部分是这样子。I translate this briefly. Talking about all your close relatives, the root of your resentment throughout the period of time. All the hatred, resentment come from close relatives. When you don't have close relatives, then there's no resentment. If you can leave your close relatives, then you are leaving the resentment. 那这个怨对这个对字，其实应该加个心了，意思也就是怨的意思。反正都是2个怨在一起，所以非常怨。所以这边讲的很，初看的人会觉得很惊讶。对，他讲什么？你的6亲眷属啊，都是你3世的冤根了。你怨恨的根是你的眷属来的，你的亲人。So this is very striking when you first read it. Your loved ones are the root of hatred. resentment。然后他讲说，一切怨对，所有的怨呢，都是从亲人那边来的。So all the resentment, hatred come from your loved ones. When you don't have loved ones, then you don't have hatred, you don't have resentment. And when you can leave your loved ones, then you are leaving resentment, hatred. 所以他讲说，就是所有的怨对啊，怨恨都是从亲人那边来的。那你如果没有亲人的话，就不会有那个怨恨。那你如果能够离开亲人的话，那你就离开了怨恨。那为什么会这样子？下面的解释说 ，they'll explain why that is the case. Following slide， 我们继续念下去。何以故尔？若各异处，远离他乡，不是二人终不得起怨恨之心。得起怨恨，皆由亲近，以三毒根自相触恼，以触恼故多起恨心。所以亲戚眷属，其身则忘；或父母则忘于子，或子则忘父母。兄弟姊妹，一切皆然。So this is why is that? Try to explain why your loved ones are the source of your hatred. It says that if there are two people, they are separated, far apart, then there won't be any thought of hatred between these two people. Right? 我们讲说，如果是两个人的话，他们远离他乡，离开的很远，一个在Gold Coast， 一个在加州，这两个人会有怨恨吗？不太可能了，对不对 ？So if you are in Gold Coast and another person is in California, it's unlikely to have hatred between them both of you. 所以他讲说，这个怨恨皆由亲近。So that's why hatred is because people are close together. 那因为亲近的关系，所以三毒根呢自相触恼，就是贪嗔痴。因为我们的贪嗔痴的关系，就彼此间互相的扰乱对方。So because our three poisons of greed, hatred, and delusion, we sort of disturb and trouble each other. Because of that, the hatred rises. 那因为彼此触恼呢，所以起了恨心。那这边就讲得更清楚，就是亲戚眷属的彼此间都有，对对方都有很高的期望。比如说父母呢，责望于子，说父母呢，就希望孩子怎么样，照你的想法去做。So this continues to say the relatives, they each has high hope for each other. For example, the parents have high hope for the children. 孩子对父母也有期望 ，so the children also have hopes, have expectation from the parents. Siblings also the same. 兄弟姐妹也是这样子。那这个是继续讲下去，说 continue here， 更相责望，更相嫌恨，小乎失意，便生嗔怒。若有钱财，亲戚尽求，贫穷之日，出无忧念。有德者，欲以为少，欲得欲为不足，百求百得，无以为恩。一不称心，便增愤恨。是则人怀恶念，遂起异心，故结仇连祸，世事无穷。推此而言，三世怨对，是非他人，皆是我等亲缘眷属。当知眷属，即是怨惧。So this is continuous talking about that the loved ones they expect from each other. and they also the hatred will arise. If the people, the other person didn't follow your thought, then you didn't follow your will, and you become angry. 那讲到这个彼此间都会互相的责望，互相嫌愤，稍微有一点不如意的事情，你就发脾气了。如果有钱财的话，亲戚间大家都在抢着要。So when you have wealth, the relatives will compete and fight for them. 贫穷之日，出乎忧念。但穷的时候，没有钱的时候，没有问题。所以 when there's no money, then people won't fight for money. 那你有了钱以后呢？得者愈以为少，愈得愈不为足。有钱的时候，你得到钱，不满足，白求百得，不以为乐。你求了，还是求你的得到，但是你不会感恩，不会感恩，会说还是不会感恩佛。So when there's money and you try to get money, and you're never satisfied with what you have. And even though you get anything you want, you don't feel thankful. You don't have any gratitude toward the person. 一不称心，便增愤恨；是则人怀恶念，遂起异心，故结仇免祸，世事无穷。继续讲的就是说，因为这样子，所以彼此间都结的那个怨，世事无穷。So continue to say that because of that, you will have the resentment between each other and life after life. So this is conclusion. 那这边是结论：三世怨对，是非他人，皆是我等亲缘眷属。所以这个怨恨来源其实不是外的，不是自己的亲戚。Okay? 所以亲人呢，都是冤家聚在一起。So this is conclusion that all the enemies are not other people; they are all your close relatives, and the close relatives actually is a gathering of the people who resent each other. 所以要怎么样处理这个问题 ？So how do we deal with that? And they are family. They are actually very peaceful. They are very getting together very well. But you can think about that your family. Maybe not everybody like that. 像有的家庭是大家很融洽，没有问题，但是不是每一个家庭都这么融洽。你可以自己想一想自己的家里的情形。那我们也常常会对亲人很不客气。And you also think about it. Usually, then we don't be polite to our relatives or loved ones. 我自己就是这样子。我的家人跟我讲说：“你对我们这么坏，但是对外面的人那么好。” So when I was a lay person, actually, my family member told me that you are so kind to other people, why you are so mean to us? 因为我们把和家人没有保持一个距离，对不对？我们就把所有的事情，好坏什么事情都丢在家人的身上。It's because we don't keep a distance from our relatives. We thought we've done everything, good or bad, to the relatives, to the loved ones, but they may not be able to take it. And when they're not able to take it, then there's hatred, anger between the loved ones. 那你这样久了以后，彼此间那个关系就会变坏。变坏的话，就变成冤家了，是不是？变成冤家，冤家。所以呢，也是要修远离恨。So we also need to keep a distance. 我们中国人讲说，君子之交淡如水。你朋友再好的朋友之间， 不能够太接近。你太亲的话，彼此间就会发生问题。Okay? So this is a line trying to say that the friendship and good friends need to be as plain as water. Don't be too sticky. Okay, too sticky, there's going to be resentment occur. People are different, and you may hit the wrong button of this person, and you're going to have a fight there, and you destroy the friendship. 所以这个是我们要留意的。那家人之间呢，要相敬如宾。对，我们夫妻之间如果能够把对方看成是个客人的话，你不会出言出语啊，是不是 ？If you see that your family member as guests, you won't be too impolite to them. You won't say anything rude. Then won't break the relation between the family members. So this is something that I think we can learn from this part of the text. 那这个是最后在那个赞里头讲的，师生往返六道与选，皆由怨对暗相转。This is a praise at the end of this row. So it's talking about the samsara. Why are we in samsara? Why we are in samsara? Because of the hatred, resentment, and it's hidden there. You don't know that. It's the hidden reason was because we all have these enemies, we have resentment. 那这边就讲的就是为什么我们在六道轮回里头，这是因为有冤家的关系了，冤家有冤对的关系，所以你会继续在这个轮回里头。你把这个冤对解决了以后，就不会就逃脱轮回了。对，要欧国谈，少点抱歉，时间已经超过了。来，你想。